Thanks, everyone. We have Coach Campbell here following TCU's 68-51 victory over Lamar. We'll start with an opening statement and then open the room for questions.
Well, just super proud of this group. Playing after finals week is always a tough task. The kids have obviously poured themselves into their academics and finishing up school the right way. And so really, really proud of this group. Great win against Lamar, who has a really good ball club, who is coached really well, and is going to have a heck of a season. They are a tough, gritty team. And this was a hard-fought win, really proud. And then there were some great performances. Sedona hadn't played in about 10 days or so. So for her to get back in the swing of things, thought she had a great game. Una settled into a really good rhythm and had a huge impact on the game. And so we were really balanced offensively this game. And a lot of kids that had a great impact. So we got, 3 games in about a 6-day window. And so we got to turn the page to the next one. But this is a great win versus a good ball club.
You say it's tough, always tough after finals. Was that the kind of reason it kind of came out a little rusty to start today's game?
Yeah, I don't know. We got off to a great start. I think we were up 17-6 to start the game at the end of the first quarter. And then the second quarter, they got into a good rhythm and their physicality, and they scored 21 in the second quarter. And so we got off to a really good start, and credit them for fighting back. It was a 6-point game at halftime. But watching a bunch of film of these guys, they're resilient. They don't go away. And they keep fighting, which they did tonight. And so this is a really good win. Yep. Look, they're sound defensively. Defensively, they front the post. They ice on balls. They do some stuff that fits their personnel, and they do it well. And so it was hard for us to. We didn't quite have that, that 15-0 run or that 12-0 run that we're usually able to kind of break open a game with. We couldn't. We never quite had that this game. So this was truly just kind of a grinded out possession by possession game. Yeah, absolutely. There's games that are going to be shootouts and high scoring. There's games that are going to be slugfest, and you got to be able to win a half-court game and execute. And today was one of those. We had to play a half-court game. We had to execute. And so this was good for us. We got better today for sure. And I'm just proud of our balance. And then defensively, I thought we played great defensively. I thought this was a game where we won this game because of our defense, and we haven't played zone for 40 minutes yet this season, so really proud of the group.
Ties her season high with 15 today. With 2 games left now in non-conference play, do you think this can kind of get her going heading into conference play?
Yeah, I've said this a lot after games, that we're a new group still figuring this thing out. I mean, there's You follow the NBA, right? There's a whole bunch of teams that are really struggling with all the new pieces that they've put together. And so it's not an all-star team. You can't just throw a group of players together and they magically win. It's a process, and it's really hard. And getting them to play well on the defensive side of the ball and as a unit, and then getting these guys to share the ball and play the game the right way offensively. Una's still working through it. So are we. And so to be 11-0 with all these new pieces, couldn't be happier.
You had 4 girls score double digits again. Second straight game. What does that say about your team?
Oh, we're so balanced. Offensively, we have so many weapons, and which is what makes us really hard to guard. You have a post presence. Jaden, she had 10 assists today. Over the last 3 or 4 games, I swear she's averaging about 10 assists a night. It's incredible. But Jaden's orchestrating this whole thing. She has got to be one of the best playmakers, if not the best playmaking point guard in the country. And she's doing it while learning a new system, while having all new teammates, and she's orchestrating this whole thing. But then you got Madison, who's an elite scorer, and Agnes and Una are getting so comfortable of attacking. I mean, Agnes could have had 20 tonight if she finished those layups. But our balance is what's going to make us hard to guard over the grind of the season.
It seems like the chemistry of this team is just through the roof because in the warm-up and as they prepare, Jaden's struggling a little bit, and then she goes over to Madison and they have a little bit of talk, and then she's like, okay, now I'm scoring. Well, Madison's missing some, and it just seems like they're having fun with it, number one. But the chemistry is just through the roof.
That's I would say the secret sauce of this group, of how they've gelled together, how they've played on the court, is because of the locker room. This group enjoys being around each other. They enjoy the grind of the season, the practices, the road trips. Like, this group's tight. And our staff works really hard to identify those kind of kids on the recruiting trail. And if someone were to say, what's the secret sauce of our team or our group, it's the kids and the locker room and the personalities. And I think that's something that we work really hard to get right, and we got it right quickly. Sometimes it takes years to get that puzzle put together. And so there's a joy. You saw it when the game that Madison has 41. All of her teammates are trying to get her the ball. The bench was going nuts. They're all cheering for her. Then there's a game when Vic had the hot hand and she scored 19. And people were getting her the ball. The bench was all into it. But you can see that they love each other having success.
Y'all are 11-0, and it is a new team, new staff trying to figure things out. But is there a sense of pressure with some of these games to win a certain way with postseason aspirations in mind?
Yeah, you take it one game at a time. It's so easy to get tripped up and lose games you're not supposed to lose to. And this group has been locked in and taking it one game at a time, which is how we got to this point. And I think it tied the longest winning streak in school history today. And so you can't look ahead. The team, we taught them what the net ranking is, what March Madness and the committee does, and how this is your resume, and each game is truly your resume. And so they're aware of our long-term goals. At the same time, they've had an amazing ability to have a laser-like focus and not look ahead. And so really proud of them. But they understand how it impacts when March rolls around. This game today, the games before this, impact your opportunity to play in March Madness.
I know you don't want the team looking ahead, but we're only 2 weeks away from conference play. Do y'all as a coaching staff, even though y'all have 2 games next week, start looking ahead and trying to prepare for BYU?
Yeah, no, 2 weeks in coaching is eternity. I mean, that's a long time. And so we got to turn the page. We got the scouting report. It'll be on my desk when I get up to the office, and tomorrow we'll dive into that scout. But we haven't turned our attention to Big 12 yet. I think most coaching staffs try to really lock in on the next game, but I know there's 18 games ahead that are going to be 18 games that are absolute battles. And the only thing we can control is our process, and each day trying to get a little bit better. We had been working on our zone behind the scenes so that when we needed it, that we could play it for 40 minutes. And tonight we did that. They shot 30% from the field, 17% from three, but it was a process. And so we look towards that for every area of our program. Day by day, we just got to keep getting better.
Notice Sydney going through warm-ups. How close is she? Is there a chance we can see her on Wednesday?
Yeah, again, the injury stuff, the health of kids, our trainer and medical staff is top-notch here, and so I let them manage all that. Whenever one of these kids are cleared to practice or cleared to play, they just give me a thumbs up. But other than that, I stay out of it. I do know as a group, we're getting close to add more pieces and having more depth.
Anything else for Coach? All right, thanks everyone.
Thanks, you guys.
Thank you.
Go to Prince following today's win over Lamar. We'll start with questions in the room for these two.
I'll wait for Ray to get sorted.
Yeah, my phone just restarted.
No worries. We'll wait. We can chit chat while we wait.
So coming into this season,
would say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. In the summer, we knew we had a very, very good team, and just like a good group of girls. And so, yeah, I mean, feels good, but we're not done. Not even close to it. So.
So what is the secret sauce, according to Mark Campbell, in getting you guys to 11-0?
Hard work.
Yeah,
Word.
not being complacent. It's a big thing. Like he was telling us in the locker room, good is the biggest enemy of great. And a lot of teams just like take their foot off the gas and like, okay, yeah, we're 5-0, we're 6-0. All right, let's calm down. We're good, we're awesome, and then that's when they start to lose. And his biggest thing is, in those moments, it's you push harder instead of let up, and that's obviously showing. Now they're 11-0. So.
You excited to get back on the court?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I mean, so many warm-ups. I was really happy. So I was freaking out. It was nice.
You talk about fighting, is it hard to fight by human nature to, not buy in, like, hey, get overconfident out there and then take that foot off the gas? If that makes sense.
I think that's what Mark always says, that's human nature, is to do that. But it's always emphasized every day, like, have a chip on your shoulder, like, keep going. Like, just because we've won 10 games doesn't increase our chances of winning the next one, which was today. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
So each one of these games, Marcus talks about being a resume point for the larger goal of March. Do y'all feel a sense of pressure to win a game a certain way?
I wouldn't say so.
Yeah, I mean, we just want to not take quarters off. It's a big thing that we're really working on right now. But yeah, I mean, these are all resume games that when it comes down to the line near NCAA tournament play, it's like, all right, who have you beaten this year? What kind of team are you? And so, on these teams where we, necessarily should win, taking the foot off the gas is only going to hurt us then, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, take every play as seriously as we can and just, play our game.
For you, it's been kind of an up and down start to the season for you. Tied to season high 15 points today. Do you think you can use that, carrying forward as we get closer to conference play?
Yeah, definitely. I just try to relax out there, not overthink anything, and just take it one game at a time. So definitely would love to keep it going.
So proud of her. I love Una. It's amazing to see Una's growth over the the course of the year already. She's just come so far, and her confidence has grown so much. And it's amazing to see. We're like best buddies, so it's nice to be on the court with her and cheering her on and seeing her just play her game because she's an incredible player, but an even better teammate.
What's y'all seem really close out there. What's been the key to y'all's chemistry? What makes y'all's chemistry so good this soon?
Yeah, I mean, Marcus' biggest thing is like bringing in good kids, right? Like bringing good humans, and then they're also good basketball players, but kids that just are humble, understand the game, want to work hard, want to win, want to play for something bigger than themselves. And that's what he did. He brought in, 13, 14 really, really just incredible people. And we got along immediately. I mean, we were immediately bonded as a team and just spent a lot of time together on and off the court. And, yeah, just team bonding.
I would agree. Yeah.
What's that feeling like in a locker room when y'all are all constantly pulling the rope the same way?
It's relieving, right? Because the season is very hard. It's very long. And when you have 14 people all working hard and thinking about and pushing for the same goal, it's a very, very, very strong team and strong unit, and that's what we are. And so when someone needs picking up, there are 12 other girls to do that for her. And in every moment, we have each other's backs, and we are all just laser focused. It doesn't matter where you are on the bench or in the game, on the end goal.
Do you think that may make it easier for y'all when eventual adversity does come throughout the season?
100%.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where our team will truly show, right?
Yep.
Is when adversity hits, it's like, all right, what kind of team are we? Who has each other's back? Who's going to step up? Who's going to be okay with not playing as much, and who's going to be able to take the last minute shot, right? And so that's when our team will show, and that's when everyone's team shows, and teams start to break down and rise up. And so I'm excited for that because we are a strong unit, and we're a really tough team.
Y'all
it's really cool. But at the same time, it's like right now is not the time to really celebrate that because obviously conference play is coming up and we still got to have a chip on our shoulders. Coach Mark always talks about that. Like we haven't proven anything in conference yet, and that's where our end goal is. So
Yeah.
like, we're all looking at each game, next game.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, we were already talking about like, Omaha next. Yeah, so we're already on the next page, and that's the kind of team we are. But it is nice, talk about leaving legacy and stuff, and especially for me because this is in my last year, and so it's very special that I could just come in and be a part of such a special team and special program. But again, we're not done. We have more games that we want to win and continue breaking that record every day, and so next page.
Yeah.
How does it feel knowing that y'all are the beginning of a new legacy here at TCU and Wisconsin?
It's awesome, right?
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's amazing. We came in all these different players from these different teams, right? And our girls it's a very unique group of girls, and staff as well, right? All from different places, been, some mistreated in places and not used as well as they could. And we all came together and we're like, all right, you know what? We are going to do something great. And we've worked so hard. We've been here for 6-7 months just working day in and day out, putting up extra shots and getting in the gym as much as we can. And now to be in this moment, it's like, all right, we're doing it. We're going to keep going, but we got it.
Mark talks about the first game after finals is always one of the hardest games. What goes in, can y'all talk a little bit about that?
Una can, because I didn't take any
Yeah,
finals.
I was gonna say she did not have to do
My
anything.
master's classes are easy.
Yeah, no, it is stressful. Like you have finals. If you're taking 5 classes, almost every day you have one. I think his point was that like obviously you want to like clutch your grade, so there's a lot of focus on academics, and I think he just meant like be like ready when the time comes and like turn the page. Like everyone finish finals and don't let that impact the game.
You'll have 3 games in the next 6 days. Do y'all like that kind of rapid back-to-back kind of speed in the schedule?
I do, yeah. I think it's great. We get a lot of, game reps, which are impossible to replicate in practice. And so we get, all of our players, all 13, are getting game reps against teams that are good competition. And so being able to just like work out the kinks still and quickly before we get to Big 12 is important for us.
Yeah, and you get to like have a go again. Like you get to try again pretty soon after like the last game you played. So it's definitely nice.
So for you, you talked a lot this season that you worked on limiting fouls. Only 2 today. How do you feel that's going?
It's getting better. We're making progress. It is really awesome because it was so frustrating for me at the beginning of the year of like, oh man, like, if I get in foul trouble, I can't play. And so been working really hard on that and making it a priority in every possession, being like, all right, let's be as clean as possible, but also getting stops. And so it's been nice and, just continue making that a key point in my game because in Big 12 it's going to be even more critical, right? We play bigger girls and stronger competition to not get in foul trouble so that I can be out there and help my team as much as I can.
Let's talk about one moment in the first half for you. Lamar comes down, you block him twice, and you'll go down the offensive possession, the nail a jumper. Can you just talk about that set of events?
I don't remember it. It was a while ago. So much has happened since then. Yeah, I mean, I've just tried to be like as as big of a powerhouse I can on both ends of the field. At 6'7", I obviously know that I have a massive advantage, right, in blocking shots and doing what I can. But I've worked so hard, and I've always been like a very key defensive player since high school. I love defense, but this year I was like, all right, I need to bring it on offense just as much, and so. It's nice. It's a big confidence booster that my team is like allowing me to get amazing shots and get me the ball. But yeah, I mean, it's fun.
Talk about you being a key on the defensive side. You guys played zone the entire time today. How much is that? How much is what you see from the back of the zone? How much does that affect the communication?
Right. I mean, a ton. It's like I'm like the quarterback. I'm like telling him where to go, and I see everything and everyone. And we run a zone because we have a 6'7" center at the at the rim, And so it's very hard for teams to drive and get in and get easy layups. And so we have to limit threes on the perimeter, but it's good for us. And we have a very, very smart team, which you have to be smart to run zone. And so, I mean, it works. As soon as we ran into the first game, we were like, all right, this is our defense. And on teams that we have to run zone that might be quicker than us, we are learning how to shut them down more and more.
Yeah, it's hard to finish over her, so that's why her zone works so well.
She knows best. With practice.
Yeah.
Anything else? All right, thanks everyone.
Thank you.